Hi, I'm Mr. Pipsley and I'm glad to see you all here on this channel. If you're interested in hearing a story about zombies and how they took over the world, then you're in for a treat. But before I begin, I want to encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. By doing so, you'll be able to stay up to date with all the latest content and never miss out on any exciting stories. So sit back, relax, and let's delve into the world of zombies. I promise it'll be a thrilling ride. Once upon a time, in a world overrun by zombies, there were two intergalactic entrepreneurs, AJ and Bud. They had an unusual business venture where they caught and harvested zombies to create delicious juice to sell to their customers. This was their chance to become rich and famous, but little did they know the challenges they were about to face. Their adventure started in the outskirts of the city, where the zombies were easy to catch. Armed with only their wits and a few basic tools, they set out to capture their first batch of zombies. They had to be careful not to get too close to the zombies, or they risked being infected themselves. As they progressed, they discovered that each location had its own set of challenges and zombie types to catch. In the city, there were hordes of fast-moving zombies that were hard to catch, while in the suburbs, there were slow-moving zombies that were easy to catch but had tougher skin. They had to use their knowledge and skills to capture each type of zombie successfully. To stay ahead of the game, AJ and Bud upgraded their equipment and abilities as they progressed through the game. They created new traps and weapons that allowed them to catch more powerful zombies and access new areas. They'd also learn to work together and complement each other's skills, making them an unbeatable team. However, they soon discovered that the zombies they were catching were being controlled by a mysterious entity known only as the Big Boss. They realized that their business venture was not just about making money but had a more significant purpose. In order to uncover the truth behind the Big Boss and put an end to his plans, AJ and Bud must venture deeper into the zombie-infested areas and face off against increasingly dangerous and powerful zombies. They discovered that the Big Boss was using the zombies to create an army to take over the world. The final showdown took place in the heart of the city, where the Big Boss had his secret laboratory. AJ and Bud fought their way through hordes of zombies and made their way to the lab. There, they discovered that the Big Boss was an alien who had crash-landed on Earth and was trying to take over the planet. AJ and Bud used their skills and upgraded equipment to defeat the Big Boss and his zombie army. They managed to capture the rarest and most powerful zombies, which they used to create the ultimate zombie juice. Their business venture had become a mission to save the world, and they had succeeded. They became famous as the duo who saved the world from the zombie apocalypse and made a fortune selling their delicious zombie juice. In the end, AJ and Bud realized that their adventure had taught them valuable lessons about teamwork, resourcefulness, and the importance of having a purpose in life. They continued their intergalactic entrepreneurial endeavors, always ready for the next adventure that lay ahead. With their newfound fame and fortune, AJ and Bud decided to expand their business to other planets. They had boarded their spaceship, the Juice Runner, and set off into the unknown depths of space. Their first stop was a planet inhabited by alien creatures who loved exotic and unusual drinks. AJ and Bud were excited to share their zombie juice with the alien race and see how they would react. However, things didn't go as planned. As soon as they landed on the planet, they realized that the alien creatures were not interested in their zombie juice. Instead, they were fascinated by AJ and Bud's spaceship and its advanced technology. The alien creatures offered AJ and Bud a deal. They would trade their spaceship for a rare and valuable artifact that AJ and Bud could sell for a fortune. At first, AJ and Bud were hesitant to accept the offer, as their spaceship was their pride and joy. But the allure of wealth and adventure was too strong, and they agreed to the trade. As soon as the artifact was in their possession, AJ and Bud set off to find a buyer. They traveled to different planets, meeting strange and fascinating creatures along the way. They faced many challenges and dangers, but their entrepreneurial spirit kept them going. Finally, they found a wealthy collector who was willing to pay a fortune for the artifact. AJ and Bud couldn't believe their luck. They had struck gold once again. However, their joy was short-lived. As soon as the transaction was complete, they realized that they had been duped. The artifact was a fake, and the wealthy collector had disappeared with their payment. Feeling foolish and defeated, AJ and Bud were ready to give up. But then they remembered the lessons they had learned during their zombie-catching adventure. They knew that they had to be resourceful and come up with a new plan. They used their skills and ingenuity to track down the wealthy collector and retrieve their payment. It wasn't easy, but AJ and Bud were determined. They faced many obstacles along the way, but they never gave up. Finally, they succeeded. They had their payment back, and they had learned a valuable lesson. They realized that their intergalactic entrepreneurial endeavors were not just about making money, but about experiencing new adventures and learning from their mistakes. AJ and Bud continued their travels, visiting new planets and meeting new creatures. They faced many challenges and obstacles, but they never lost their entrepreneurial spirit. They knew that their adventures were just beginning, and they were excited to see where their journey would take them next. As they traveled through space, AJ and Bud encountered a distress signal coming from a nearby planet. They decided to investigate and landed on the planet's surface. As soon as they stepped out of their ship, they realized that they were surrounded by zombies. But these were not like any zombies they had seen before. They were much faster and more aggressive. AJ and Bud quickly realized that they had stumbled upon a planet that was overrun by a new breed of zombies. A breed that was far more dangerous and deadly than any they had encountered before. Determined to capture these new zombies and create the ultimate zombie juice, AJ and Bud set out to explore the planet. They faced many challenges along the way, including deadly traps and obstacles. They also encountered other survivors who had been stranded on the planet. Together, they formed an alliance and worked together to survive and find a way off the planet. As they ventured deeper into the planet, AJ and Bud uncovered a sinister plot. The zombies were being controlled by an evil scientist who had been experimenting with a new virus that turned humans into zombies. Determined to stop the scientist and put an end to the virus, AJ and Bud devised a plan. They would lure the zombies away from the scientist's lab and destroy it. It was a risky plan, but they knew that it was their only chance. They used their skills and equipment to lure the zombies away from the lab and engage them in a fierce battle. As they fought, AJ and Bud noticed that the zombies were becoming weaker and less aggressive. They realized that they had been successful in their mission, and the virus had been destroyed. With the planet now safe, AJ and Bud returned to their spaceship, ready to move on to their next adventure. As they took off into the depths of space, they knew that they had faced one of their greatest challenges yet and emerged victorious. They continued to travel through space, encountering new challenges and obstacles. But no matter what they faced, AJ and Bud knew that they would always be ready for the next adventure, and that they would never give up on their dreams of creating the ultimate zombie juice. Their travels took them to different corners of the universe, each with its own unique challenges and zombie types to catch. In one planet, they encountered zombie dogs that were extremely fast and difficult to catch. In another, they faced giant zombies that towered over them, requiring AJ and Bud to use all of their equipment and abilities to capture them. Despite the dangers they faced, AJ and Bud continued to push forward, driven by their desire to create the ultimate zombie juice. They spent countless hours experimenting with different recipes and refining their techniques, always striving for perfection. But as they traveled further into the depths of space, they began to sense that something was not quite right. They encountered more and more zombies that seemed to be unusually strong and intelligent, as if they were being controlled by some higher power. Their suspicions were confirmed when they received a transmission from a group of survivors on a nearby planet. The survivors told them about a powerful entity known only as the Big Boss, who was controlling the zombies and using them to carry out his nefarious plans. Determined to stop the Big Boss and put an end to his reign of terror, AJ and Bud set out on their most dangerous mission yet. They traveled to the heart of the Big Boss's stronghold, where they faced off against a legion of the most powerful zombies they had ever seen. But despite the odds against them, AJ and Bud fought bravely, using all of their skills and equipment to take down the Big Boss and his minions. And in the end, they emerged victorious, having saved the universe from the clutches of the zombie apocalypse. With their mission accomplished, AJ and Bud returned to their home planet, where they were greeted as heroes. They had created the ultimate zombie juice, and their customers were clamoring for more. As they set about making their latest batch, AJ and Bud couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had traveled to the ends of the universe and back, facing countless dangers and obstacles, all in the pursuit of their dream. And now, as they sipped their latest creation, they knew that they had truly succeeded. For there was no zombie juice in the universe that could compare to theirs, and no adventure that could ever compare to the ones they had shared together. Well, the story has come to an end. I'm sure you like this story and you will like it with pleasure. Also subscribe to our channel and be sure to leave your feedback in the comments under this video. See you in the next video.